I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. How's the lettuce, Mr. Furley? Welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Data East. Restoration, refurbishment, whatever you want to call it. Any more hidden friggin' signatures? I was gonna check under here. Let's go under. No, just some stainage. Yeah, I'll just lie here for a minute. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try and reassemble the rest of the playfield, and I want to LED all the inserts, because if I'm going to Eddie's for the tournament on Saturday, then I can get a LED refill while I'm over there. So it'll be good to know exactly what it is I'm going to go through here and what I'm going to need. So I'd like to clear coat over these touch-ups. I went over them a little bit more. I mean, it looks pretty good. It's fine. I can live with that. I've got to sort out why these aren't working, but that's low on the priority list. The priority list is LEDs and reassembly of the playfield and actually kind of testing everything. See if the flippers work. I soldered that wire back on. See if drop targets. Well, we know the drop targets reset because they're up. Pop bumpers, checking everything. Switches, solenoids, up down ramp. That's today's mission. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I don't know yet, but stay tuned and we'll find out. I forgot, I was going to show you my to-do list. I keep knocking stuff off, but I keep adding stuff on. But that is how I'm keeping track of things that I may or may not forget. Also, I found some interesting stuff going on over here. I've got a white wire that isn't attached to anything, another white wire that isn't attached to anything, and these are for, I think, pretty sure, yeah, they are for the rope lights that go along the ramp. So that is something I'm going to have to address. And this wire, there was a little bit of wire kind of sticking out here. It looks like someone tried to solder that in once upon a time. I don't know why it's out of there. I don't know. So I might have to extend this white wire, probably put on a new connector, do the same for both sides, figure out what's going on with that, see if we can actually get the rope lighting to work. That would be pretty sweet. There's a screw missing here. No? There was never a hole for that? Oh yeah, never a hole for that either. Okay. So yeah, that's some of the stuff. That's one of the things on my to-do list that will be a little bit of a sorting out to be doing, but that's okay. Lighter shooter spring, clean the volume pot, and yeah, that's kind of about it. So away I go. All right, I think it's time to install some balls and see what happens. So let's turn on the machine.
Scotty here.
And that kicked over nicely. Remember, I did clean that mech and check that out. Boom. There's 3 balls. And I'm going to have to set this to free play. I won't do that right now, but we'll add a credit. Holy shit, why did it just start? I didn't hit the start button. Oh yeah, this, I forgot. That's loud. Okay. Well, that's as low as it goes. Okay. Cool. The center target's working. I like moving back and forth. Just plunge the ball. Pop bumper seems to be good. Slingshot. Right out lane switch. Oh, that's the thing. I didn't do the skill shot. So I plunged prematurely. Oops, I forgot about that. Let's see if this switch works. Okay. That's this guy here. Now what? Okay, so it wants me to plunge now. Something sounds a little, stuck. What is going on here? Oh, Ray's calling. Alright, I'll get this, and I will be right back. Okay, I guess I had Ray as one of my emergency contacts at U-Haul there, and they're trying to get him to get me to call them so I can pay my late fee, but there's no late fees because the manager said she's not charging me for the last little bit of time and to ignore all of the automated emails, of which I've got at least 3 or 4, and then a letter in the mail today and now a phone call to Ray. So I did mention to the manager that I'm officially out yesterday, so hopefully all that automated nonsense will now cease. Anyway, back to this. There's something fishy going on for sure. I hit this button, this switch, coin switch, and it started a game. And then when we were playing a game, it seemed like something funky was going on. Too many balls now, it's saying? That's not true. Okay, we're going to try this again, see what happens. Definitely some funk going on. So maybe it's this... What the... Oh. Hitting this button is adding points. And it's saying fire, fire, fire. So I bet you whoever wired this up maybe put on a diode wrong or not or something. But that is messing with the switch matrix, I think. Let's see what happens if I plunge. It's just going fire, fire over and over again. Hit any switch and that goes over and over and over. Okay. Alright. We gotta figure out this switch matrix issue. That's why, especially, I hate these kinds of hacks. To unhack everything. Just to fix the existing hack. Alright, I'll figure it out, hopefully. Okay, definitely some weird stuff going on here. Look. There's a diode on the switch here, but there's also a diode on the switch there. So, I don't know. Why is there 1, 2, 3, 4 separate wires coming out of here? I guess I'm going to have to consult the schematics and see if I can sort this out. It's a little bit wonky. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand what's going on here. Because there's no shooter lane switch. I think it thinks... Let's see. That switch is closed, therefore it thinks that there's a ball in there. So even if you hit a switch here, it still thinks there's a ball because those wires are twisted together. So that switch is essentially permanently closed. I think that is the issue. So even if I add a switch and it stays open, I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to add the shooter lane switch back. I don't know why it was removed or how it would ever work properly without that. But see, even without touching anything, it's just saying, hey, fire the ball. Your ball's still in the shooter lane, silly. So maybe this wiring is okay. And it actually has more to do with the shooter lane switch. So I'm gonna have to maybe jumper one in and test my theory. Okay, here is the shooter lane switch wires. So, for whatever reason, that was hacked. My cat is like screaming upstairs. And this wire was added here. I guess, I don't know. And then another wire, this piece, was added to here, and then they were twisted together. So that means, I guess that means the switch was permanently closed, right? So I have jumpered in a switch. Doesn't have an actuator arm on it. So I've got the ground in the middle, green, and the other two power wires go into the non-banded side of the diode, which is what the other switches look like. So I guess we're going to see what happens here. Let me get oriented and I'll be right back. All right, how to unhack a hack. So the wires are sticking out here. I've got my switch on the playfield. So this is my shooter lane switch, which as soon as I start the game, the machine is gonna expect that to close. So I don't know what we're gonna run into, but let's hit the start button and see. Okay, so shooter lane switch is supposed to be closed right now, but it is open. Let's hit the fire button. Oh, there it goes, okay. So now, let's throw the ball into play. No? Yeah? Hey, okay. That's behaving a lot better than it did. Okay, so maybe as long as the switch is there, what happens if I close it? Oops. Yeah, see that? Thinks the ball's in the shooter lane all of a sudden. It's prompting me to fire. So, watch this. I'll close it. Oh. Yeah, see that? And that's the symptom I was having. So when it shuts up, if I hit any other switch, it's gonna still think the ball's in the shooter lane. Yep. There we go. So I guess I'm gonna install this switch and just maybe leave it open. And if needed, I'll try and add an actuator arm and get it back in here so that it actually works. But with the hack of the shooter lane, I don't know if that's gonna work or not. But I didn't know that I was going to have much success with this. I thought this was going to be like a week-long struggle, but I think I gotta hack a way around the hack here. So it might be playable shortly. Okay, so I think I'm going to move on to LEDs and bulbs in general. As you can see, 2 of those work. That's out. Turns out these dilithium crystals are white with red condoms, which makes sense because they didn't have LEDs back then. These all seem to be working. Got to check these flashers. This flasher, 3 is out. 4 is green. Primary crystal is green. I got to remember that for my LED choices. That's out. And for whatever reason, these 2 guys are out. I think that's a wiring issue. Those LEDs up there turned out very nice. They look good. I guess I should also just check on all of my GI lighting, which appear to all be working, so that's good. Yep. Every one of my general illumination lights are working except for those 2. And then I still have that weird funky light here. That likes to stay on. So maybe that's a controlled lamp. I don't know. But, like, when all the other lights were off in the back box, that one stayed on. So there's something going on with that. I'm gonna have to sort out, I'm not sure yet. And then you can see like just how dim those are. It'll be nice to see the before and after. But yeah, so this is the before. Stay tuned. What? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I think I just blew a transistor. Did you see that?
Scotty here.
What the? I don't know. Well, it seemed like when I turned it off. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. Didn't it seem like when I turned it off, it went down? Maybe that was just quinky dinky. I never did actually flip the flippers while messing around. Okay, well, it's got a lot of work, but I guess I'm going cosmetics before I'm going mechanics, because I do want to get more LEDs on Saturday. Alright, here's the progress report. I had to remove all those LEDs because they are all locked on. So I went over to the lamp matrix here and determined that, like lamp 30 for example, is ball launch button. That one is locked on. Let's try and get a little closer here. So then I went all along this row, and sure enough, every single one of those, let's go lamp number 6 is Ice Planet Extra Ball, and that one was locked on. So that means that I think I got a transistor out. So let's see, this is this row here. That all ties into here. Pin number 7. Unless, could it be a diode out that's causing all that, do you think? Red blue wire. No, I think, here we go. Lamp number 7, wait, pin 7, lamp return number 6. Lamp return number 6 is Q77. All right, Q77, I gotta go write that down. Q77. But here's what it looks like so far. Let's turn off my flash. And, oh, it's doing the flicker thing. What if I zoom in a little more? Oh, there we go. I find if I do that, it doesn't flicker so much. Yeah, so kickback is one of them. There's the extra ball. That one's not working. Number 3 is not working. Also, one of the number 4 lamps. There's 2 bulbs there. One's blue and one's yellow. Yellow one ain't working. That ain't working. And we can see ball launch is locked on. But, oh, I guess I'm zoomed back out. But anyway, it looks like a friggin' Christmas tree flickering away, but it's looking better. There we go. If I stabilize the camera, it kind of doesn't flicker as much. So, yeah, it's coming along. I just gotta, I guess, change Q77. So, making progress. I'm going to be wrapping this video up soonish, so I'll see what else I can pull off in the meanwhile. Maybe see if I can figure out what's going on with these two. Oh, and it also did say that bulb number 3 in the back box is one of those in that row there. So what do you know? You can see Mr. Flickers up there. I bet you he's the one. So, alright. I guess I'm going to have to friggin'... Oops. Oh, here's another thing. When you hit the flipper button accidentally, it locks on. So, what the heck? There's another weird issue I'm going to have to sort out. This thing has got some serious issues. I'm going to guess Q77. Let's see. Is this the switches zone, right? So I think it's going to be one of these. Let's see, can we see? Q23, 39. Maybe it's a smaller one. Q38. Is it over here, or are these for solenoids? Q57, 61, 63. Where are you? There's a few more up here. No. Well, I gotta go hunting, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to remove the entire CPU again, change that transistor, and figure out. While I have the board out, I gotta figure out what is going on. Uh-oh, just dropped my flashlight again. Yeah, so while I have that board out, I should maybe replace the transistor. Oh wait, wouldn't that be on the flipper board in the cabinet? So maybe it's not the CPU. Anyway, I got some work to do. Well, I got me some dilithium crystals. They're all LED'd. They're all red except for number 4, which is green. And then the back panel LEDs. So, oh yeah, and then transporter LED too. So there's a pile of bulbs here, another pile of bulbs here. This machine used more lamp domes than I've ever seen in any other machine. I also tested every single flasher on the playfield. It looks like I only had about 3 that were out. So that wasn't so bad, but there's definitely a lot of flashers. I mean, there's a couple there, I think 1 or 2 there, another one there. There's the 4 in that PCB. These are 2 more flashers here, and then there's 2 more flashers here. So it's a very flashy machine. So I think I might be finished for the night. I don't know, like how long this video was. I feel like I was doing more work than recording, so scratching my head at a few things. But all in all, making some good progress. There's no way this will be ready for some action tomorrow. It is still in many pieces, but that's okay. We will play these games instead. I was hoping to bust out something shiny and new for tomorrow, but by next weekend, my goal is to have something new down here. I did list my CSI, I've had my fun with that, and when you go through the lineup and have to pick and choose what has to go, I think CSI is going to be the one. Ice Fever, I'll hang on to that for a little while longer. TX is up for sale for a while. Sea Witch is up for sale. So I've got some space coming eventually. In the meanwhile, I will work on Star Trek and get that playing 100%, hopefully, as much as I can with the mod there that kind of does change the way you operate the game. If you plunge the ball before you hit the fire button, I think the machine might get a little confused, but once you get into the habit of things, I'm sure it'll be just fine and dandy. Reminder, I gotta check the start button light as well. I don't think that's working, but yeah, so making progress, plugging away, got some LEDs. Hip hip hooray. Thanks for watching.